Everyone, Zeddy here again today with yet another March of the Lich King card review. We have 3 warrior cards to go over, including a really unique legendary. We'll go with unique. Warriors in a lot of trouble. They need a lot of help, and I'm not sure these are the cards that are going to do it. But before we get into, these very good cards, we have a giveaway going on where you can win some of these really good cards of 3 mega bundles as we hit 60,000 subs, 2 regular pre-orders out of my pocket. All you have to do is enter, like, comment on the video in the description below, subscribe to the channel, and again, every time we hit another 1,000 subs, if we hit 61k, it's another mega bundle. We hit 62, it's another mega bundle. So hit that sub button, make me go broke. So we have 3 cards, and Warriors in trouble. Warriors in big trouble. And starting off, I mean, you got to Enrage Warrior. That's basically it in Standard. You got Enrage Warrior. Control Warrior's non-existent. Charge Warrior's not very good. In Wild, there's like nothing. Pirate Warrior's like just not great. And like it's Pirate Warrior, you don't really want it to be great. And you got nothing else really going on. Odd Warrior kind of exists, not really. Anyways, what are we gonna get? What's going to save Warrior? And well, maybe they're on their last stand here because they're getting a 4 mana spell, Last Stand, which is a spell that draws a taunt minion, double its stats. Anytime you double stats for a card, that's pretty darn strong, and this is a tutorable effect. We don't know all the cards yet for Warrior. None of these cards that we're going to look at, I believe, even have Taunt. I imagine they're going to get a Taunt minion, but if you look at the standard pool right now, you get a card, let's say, for example, I think there's the Moarshan Elite, a 4/4. You double that, it becomes an 8/8. You attack, that is a 5 mana, 16/16. Absurd stats. We have Onyxian Drake becomes an 8/10. We've got Brute becomes like that's just a lot of stats. That is a lot of stats. You are spending 4 mana doing nothing, right? You're spending 4 mana doing nothing, but you're drawing a gigantic taunt. And again, you can kind of manipulate it to, abuse it, in particular with, I guess, Martian Elite. Again, we'll have to see more cards, but this effect is potentially powerful. I don't know if it's what's going to save Warrior, but I don't think it's a terrible card because, again, doubling stats can get really big, and we'll have to see, again, what's coming. So I know Taunt Warrior has seen 0 play since like the Ungoro quest, right? Where you had to play taunts and you basically give yourself a Ragnaros hero power. That's the last time we really saw Warrior play taunts like that. And I mean, you don't have to play just taunts. You might only want to run like 2 and just tutor out very specific ones in like a Control Warrior shell, some kind of mid-range shell. I'm going to give it a playable mark. I can't give it 4 or 5. I will give it a 3. I think this could slot in and see play in Standard. In Wild, not a chance. Like it can't happen on Wild, right? I mean, you can make Sogoth a 9 mana 10/18 untargetable. It's still absolutely terrible, but there's, other considerations there, like the Lich King, for example. 8 mana, 16/16, and yeah, I mean, it's got potential in Standard. I just think wildly it's just like omega slow, so I'm gonna give it a 2 there. But yeah, I mean, this is probably the best card I think of the bunch, but maybe not. Well, let's take a look. Okay, it probably is. We have the 5 mana 4/5 epic, so bad stats, but it's got text. The Disruptive Spellbreaker, literally putting disruption in the title of the card because that's what it does. At the end of your turn, your opponent discards a spell. They don't put it back in their deck, nothing like that. It's gone. So if they're playing Quest Priest and they got the Purified Shard and you play it, you can just mill it. You can mill a Phylactery for a Warlock that's trying to kill you with mines or owls or whatever. You could hit a coin. You could hit a backstab. You could hit a sprint. You could hit any spell. And you're guaranteed to discard 1 because it's at the end of your turn. You play it, you get that effect. It's disruption. I have no idea what this is going into. Control Warrior is dead right now. Charge Warrior wouldn't want this because they're like combo variant more so. And it's not a terrible effect. Again, like you're messing with your opponent, you're getting rid of some value. If control mirrors were a thing right now, that'd be pretty good. And if it was just discard a card, it'd be like pretty bonkers, right? You could hit a Denathrius, you could hit a Mutinous, you could hit something big, right? But yeah, you can't with this. So as a result, I'm gonna give it a 3. Again, it's not a terrible card. It works in decks that don't exist right now. That's the problem. They don't exist. And this card gonna put this on the map? No, it's not gonna be Control Warrior back. It's not gonna put those decks back, but again, not bad, but it's not great stats. It's probably going to die right away, and that's it. So you need it to really count, and I just don't know if that's quite good enough, but I'll get a 3 in Standard, and it is odd cost and wild, so Odd Warrior can play it. Right, Nova? Odd Warrior could play it. We'll give it a 2 for Wild is, again, probably a little bit too slow. And lastly, we have the Warrior Legendary, which I just think when I said unique, I'm trying to be polite. I think it's garbage. I think this card sucks. I think it's bad. And Warrior needs help, and they're getting garbage. We have a 3-mana 3/3, not even premium stats. Asvedon, I don't know, the Grandshield. 3-mana 3/3, Battle Cry. Cast a copy of the last spell your opponent played. I've already gone onto Twitter. I've already made the shitpost that it counters Quest Priest. Yes, I'm aware. You're dead when they play the Purified Shard, but I'm also a smartass that likes to make stupid jokes. But like, really, I mean, you get to copy a spell. Like, I guess, like, you copy Rune of the Archmage, and that's pretty sweet, but overall, like, your opponent's playing spells for a reason. They can play around it. If you're playing Warrior, they're aware of what, you know, they're going to leave their last spell for just the worst, you know, the last spell they play each turn to be the worst. Everyone plays like a million spells. I just think of like a rogue playing like 80,000 spells in a turn. Like, oh, great. I can copy their, like, their sprint, I guess. Like, I don't know. It just seems terrible. It relies on your opponent to do something quite good. There's going to be an achievement where you have to copy a 10-mana spell that they play, and I'm going to have to complete it, something like that. But I don't know what this card is doing. It just seems terrible. Like, it just seems bad. What are you playing this in? Why do you want to copy the last spell your opponent played? I guess I can brand it and do it twice, right? Neat. I think the card sucks. I really do. I'm worried about Warrior. Warrior's like really bad right now. They haven't really addressed its issues since they killed it, not last expansion, Nathria, but the expansion before that. And so far, the start here, not looking too promising. I'm giving this a 1 in Standard, a 1 in Wild. I think the card sucks. Let me know in the comments, though. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe it's insane. Maybe it's great, but I just don't get why I want to play a 3/3 to copy maybe a good spell, maybe, but overall, like, it's just a dead card so often. Like, oh, I could copy a coin a lot of the time. Like, that's just terrible, right? Like, oh man, I don't know. Warrior, there's still a bunch more cards, to be fair. I think, let's take a look at Warrior. Before I go to full panic mode about Warrior, we have March the Lich King here. Where are the Warrior cards? We got this card that's taunts, that's not great, and this we can double its stats. This card also I thought was terrible. Oh god, Warrior looks rough. We'll have to wait and see. There's more cards to come. Not that many, and hopefully Warrior gets some help. Anyways, we'll have another card review, I think in like 3 hours or so. That's right, I'm working the graveyard shift for you guys. Tune in for that. We'll have some more cards to review, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Send some help for Warrior, and stay salty, my friends.